Pasti teman-teman pernah dengar celetukan, anak Gen Z gampang banget nyerah. Baru dikritik dikit langsung overthinking. Atau anak zaman sekarang kalau stres dikit pasti langsung healing. Lalu, teman-teman pasti pernah mendengar istilah generasi strawberry. Generasi yang kelihatannya cantik di luar tapi rapuh ketika menghadapi tekanan.
You've probably heard people say that Gen Z kids give up easily, get a little criticism, and they start overthinking. Or when they get a bit stressed, they immediately need healing. And you've probably also heard the term strawberry generation, a generation that looks nice on the outside but is fragile when facing pressure.
Hmm, kenapa ya Gen Z sering banget dicap lemah sama generasi yang lebih tua? Atau hal ini terjadi karena adanya benturan nilai antar generasi? Di video kali ini, kita akan jelajahi sisi psikologis dan sosial di balik label lemah ini. Aku Noala, akan memandumu untuk memuaskan rasa keingintahuanmu.
Why is Gen Z often labeled as weak by older generations? Or this happening because of a clash of values between generations? In this video, we'll explore the psychological and social sides behind this weak label. I'm Noala, and I will guide you to satisfy your curiosity.
Pertama, kita harus pahami dulu, Gen Z tumbuh dalam lingkungan yang sangat berbeda dengan generasi baby boomer atau Gen X. Label lemah yang sering disematkan ke Gen Z itu sebenarnya muncul dari perbandingan gaya hidup antar generasi. Generasi baby boomer dan Gen X tumbuh di era yang keras, stabilitas ekonomi sulit, informasi terbatas, dan harus kerja keras untuk bertahan.
First, we need to understand that Gen Z grew up in a very different environment compared to baby boomers or Gen X. The weak label often comes from comparing lifestyles across generations. Baby boomers or Gen X grew up in tough times. Economic stability was hard to achieve, information was limited, and they had to work hard just to survive.
Sementara Gen Z tumbuh di era digital, serba cepat, penuh informasi, dan di satu sisi serba cemas. Menurut Dr. Haim Ginot, dalam teori helikopter parenting yang banyak diteliti dalam psikologi perkembangan, generasi sebelum Gen Z sering dibesarkan dengan pola asuh yang lebih independen dan otoriter. Sementara banyak Gen Z yang dibesarkan dengan pola asuh yang lebih protektif dan fokus pada harga diri atau self-esteem. Dari kecil, mereka terus didengar dan dilindungi. Ini bagus untuk membangun kepercayaan diri. Tapi di mata generasi lama yang terbiasa tahan banting, ini bisa terlihat seperti manja. Nah,
Meanwhile, Gen Z grew up in fast-paced digital era, flooded with information and on the other hand full of anxiety. According to Dr. Hemginot's theory of helicopter parenting, widely studied in developmental psychology, generations before Gen Z were often raised with a more independent and authoritarian parenting style, while many Gen Z were raised with parenting that was more protective and focused on self-esteem. Since childhood, they were listened and protect. This is good for building confidence, but in the eyes of older generations who are used to being tough, it can look like being spoiled.
karena cara hidup dan pola asuh yang berbeda ini, maka cara menghadapi masalah tiap generasi pun beda juga. Tapi bedanya ini sering disalahartikan sebagai tanda kelemahan.
Because of these differences in lifestyle and parenting, each generation deals with problems differently. But these differences are often misunderstood as sign of weakness.
Yang kedua, menurut penelitian dari The American Psychological Association tahun 2022, Gen Z adalah generasi paling cemas dibanding generasi lain. Hal ini disebabkan karena Gen Z adalah generasi digital native. Mereka tidak pernah mengenal dunia tanpa internet. Tekanan di dunia maya, seperti cyberbullying, FOMO atau fear of missing out, dan standar kesuksesan yang tidak realistis adalah tekanan yang nyata dan tidak dialami generasi sebelumnya dalam bentuk yang sama.
Second, according to research from the American Psychological Association in 2022, Gen Z is the most anxious generation compared to others. This is because Gen Z is the true digital native generation. They never knew a world without the internet. Online pressures like cyberbullying, FOMO, and unrealistic standards of success are real stressors, once older generations didn't face in the same way.
Jadi ketika Gen Z terlihat stres karena media sosial, generasi sebelumnya mungkin menganggapnya sebagai masalah yang tidak nyata. Selain itu, Gen Z lebih sadar akan krisis global seperti pandemi, resesi, dan perubahan iklim bikin masa depan terasa nggak pasti. Jadi, bukan karena lemah, tapi karena beban psikologis mereka jauh lebih kompleks, terutama di era informasi yang nggak pernah berhenti seperti sekarang ini.
So, when Gen Z seems stressed over social media, older generation might see it as something trivial. On top of that, Gen Z is more aware of global crises like the pandemic, recession, and climate change, which make it the future feel uncertain. So it's not about being weak. The psychological burden they face is simply more complex, especially in today's non-stop in information era.
Menariknya, Gen Z justru dikenal sebagai generasi yang lebih sadar kesehatan mental. Kalau dulu stres dianggap hal biasa, sekarang mereka berani ngomong, aku butuh bantuan, aku butuh istirahat. Menurut riset dari Verywell Mind dan Harvard Health, Gen Z paling terbuka terhadap terapi dan self-care dibanding generasi sebelumnya. Nah, buat sebagian orang tua, keterbukaan ini justru terlihat seperti kelemahan. Padahal sebenarnya ini bentuk kekuatan bahwa mereka berani menghadapi diri sendiri.
Interestingly, Gen Z is actually known as a generation more aware of mental health. If stress used to be seen as normal, now they dare to say, I need help, I need a break. According to research by Verywell Mind and Harvard Health, Gen Z is the most open to therapy and self-care compared to older generations. But some parents, this openness looks like weakness, when in fact, it's a sign of strength. They dare to face themselves.
Dan menurut penelitian di Jurnal Psikologi Indonesia yang terbit tahun 2021, keterbukaan emosional ini justru meningkatkan resiliensi dan kemampuan beradaptasi terhadap stres. Hal ini tentunya akan menyebabkan adanya benturan nilai antar generasi. Apa yang dianggap kuat oleh generasi lama belum tentu sama definisinya bagi Gen Z. Berdasarkan penelitian oleh American Psychological Association atau biasa disebut APA, bagi generasi lama, kuat berarti diam dan menahan masalah. Namun bagi Gen Z, kuat justru berarti berani mengakui kelemahan dan mencari pertolongan.
And according to a study in the Indonesian Journal of Psychology published in 2021, this emotional openness actually increases resilience and the ability to adapt to stress. Naturally, this creates a class of values. What older generation considers strength isn't necessarily the same for Gen Z. Based on APA research, older generations associate strength with staying silent and enduring problems. Gen Z, on the other hand, sees strength as having the courage to acknowledge their struggles and ask for help.
Apa yang disebut lemah oleh generasi lama sebenarnya adalah kesadaran akan kesehatan mental yang lebih tinggi. Gen Z lebih berani bilang, aku nggak baik-baik aja, dan itu adalah bentuk keberanian baru. Sebagai bentuk, mereka berani menghadapi diri sendiri dan lebih aware akan diri sendiri.
What older generation call weak is actually higher mental health awareness. Gen Z is more willing to say, I'm not okay. And that's a new form of bravery, being honest with themselves and more self-aware.
Lalu, berdasarkan studi dari LinkedIn atau Deloitte tentang tren kerja Gen Z, bertahan di pekerjaan yang toksik justru dianggap bodoh. Lain halnya dengan generasi baby boomer, mungkin bangga bertahan di satu perusahaan selama 30 tahun. Gen Z lebih loyal pada nilai-nilai pribadi, work-life balance, dan pertumbuhan diri. Sementara generasi sebelumnya Sikap ini bisa dianggap sebagai tidak setia dan cepat menyerah.
According to studies by LinkedIn and Deloitte on Gen Z work trends, staying in a toxic workplace is seen as foolish. Baby boomers might feel proud staying in one company for 30 years. Gen Z is more loyal to their personal values, work-life balance, and self-growth. For older generations, this attitude can look like being disloyal or giving up too easily.
Sekarang bayangkan, bagi generasi yang dulu berjuang dari nol, kerja keras tanpa banyak mengeluh itu tanda kekuatan. Tapi bagi Gen Z, keseimbangan hidup dan kesehatan mental justru jadi prioritas. Jadi yang terjadi bukan siapa kuat, siapa lemah, tapi benturan nilai hidup dan cara bertahan yang berbeda.
Now imagine, for generations who had to fight from scratch, working hard without complaining was a form of strength. But for Gen Z, balance and mental health are priority. So what's happening isn't about who's strong or weak. It's about different life values and different survival strategies.
Jangan salah, di balik stereotip lemah, Gen Z juga punya kekuatan luar biasa. Yang pertama, adaptif terhadap perubahan teknologi. Kedua, punya empati sosial tinggi. Terakhir, berani bicara soal keadilan, kesetaraan, dan isu global. Penelitian dari survei Deloitte Global pada tahun 2024 bahkan menyebut Gen Z adalah generasi paling sadar nilai, paling peduli terhadap isu kemanusiaan dan lingkungan. Jadi mungkin mereka bukan lemah, tapi lebih peka dan manusiawi.
And don't get it wrong. Behind the weak stereotype, Gen Z actually has some powerful strengths. First, they adapt quickly to technological change. Second, they have high social empathy. Lastly, they are outspoken about justice, equality, and global issues. A 2024 Deloitte Global Survey even says Gen Z is the most values-driven generation, the most concerned about humanitarian and environmental issues. So maybe they're not weak, just more sensitive and more human.
Jadi, setiap generasi punya caranya sendiri buat bertahan. Gen Z bukan lemah. Mereka hanya berjuang di medan perang yang berbeda. Medan perangnya penuh dengan tekanan digital, ketidakpastian ekonomi, dan kesadaran akan isu-isu global yang membuat cemas. Sebaliknya, kita juga perlu memahami bahwa generasi sebelumnya dibesarkan dengan nilai survival dan ketahanan fisik. Kritik mereka, meski terdengar menyebalkan, seringkali berasal dari rasa khawatir dan cara mereka menunjukkan kasih sayang menurut bahasa mereka. Kalau kamu Gen Z atau mungkin dari generasi sebelumnya, gimana menurutmu? Tulis.
Every generation has its own way to survive. Gen Z isn't weak. They are simply fighting on different battlefields. One filled with digital pressure, economic uncertainty, and overwhelming global issues. On the other hand, we also need to understand that older generations were raised with values of survival and physical toughness. Their criticism, even though sometimes annoying, often comes from worry and from the way they show love in their own language. If you're Gen Z or from an older generation, what do you think?